Good evening and welcome to Florida's capital city of Tallahassee, where we await a color clash of blue and orange and garnet and gold here at Joanne Graff Field as second-ranked Florida out of the SEC takes on the 10th-ranked Seminoles of Florida State here in the ACC. Should be a lot of fun here at the ballpark, and we can't wait to get after it for Tim Walton and Florida. That ball slapped through the left side, and that is exactly what Kendra Falby does with regularity. So Falby is aboard, just 2 pitches into Danley's start.
Keep the ball in the park.
Leads the NCAA in runs scored, second in the country in runs batted in. That'll get behind Edenfield, and in no time, Falby is in scoring position.
So tough to keep your weight back as it feels like the ball takes forever.
Off speed once again. Shoemaker works the walk on 5 pitches though, so it's a leadoff single for Falby, and Schumacher on in 5. Pops this one up. Over the infield, Torres charges in and secures out number 1. Leadoff single for Falby, a walk issued to the freshman Shoemaker. And another walk here to Reagan Walsh, no strikes thrown. Florida with an early opportunity. Danley looking for a massive second out. Got her!
It's gonna cross a lot of white.
Down she goes. Danley flirts with danger in the first season. All ACC team is playing at a rate that I don't think she's going to have to worry about that. And just like Falby, through the left side goes Torres. Both terrific leadoff batters get the party started. Right up the middle, and that'll get away at second from Mia Williams. Runners will be at the corners. And now Beecham, look at the aggressive base running. It should have been runners at the corners, but Cahalan dropped the ball at third, and Beecham said, I'll take another 60. North to 600 in conference games, and while yes, this is a non-conference matchup, it gives you an idea of the recency and the form that she's had. And she turns on this one, hit a ton out to right field, and gone! What a start!
Talk about aggressive on this pitch. Something up in the zone, over the plate. 3-2 pitch. Janai Kerr goes all out for this. Look at the barrel, hits the van on the whiteout night, hits the white van. I mean, you couldn't write that up any better.
And it's a full count. Bouncer to short. And a strong throw to first by Holtorf to retire the catcher Edenfield. Tapered off toward the end, but was still on the all-region team. Down year in 2024, but she has had a great 2025. Put a charge into this one, but not quite enough. Secured shy of the wall by the Finn, 8 home runs. That's hit well. On a line out to center field, but Kendra Falby tracks it down for out number 3. AP, she's got such a keen sense of perspective and such an infectious personality and positivity. This will not keep her down.
It's so like Kocha, too, to be comforting all of us as she's the one that's diagnosed. You know, I think that more than anything just...
On the ground to first. Bueno gets the lead out at second. Issa Torres shading over to retire Mia Williams. That's out number 1 here in the top of the second.
Trying to expand the zone as much as possible.
There's Tim Walton. First take a look at Eric Thomas at the end of the Florida dugout. Tim Walton looking on from right around third base. That's a big... This one fisted into right field. Hallie Waycaser charges on to make a quality play. Isa Torres secures out number 3. And 5 Gators have been stranded on base in the first 2 innings. Why this game is just so big. On the ground, and Holtorf couldn't pick it. So Hallie Waycaser, point in fact, you can go all the way back to 2013, and in every year from that moment on, one or both of these 2 teams have been in Oklahoma City. Potter lays it down. That'll advance Waycaser, and Annie Potter is thrown out by our first base umpire, Anthony Small.
Play. I love how quickly Walsh was able to get it out of the glove.
And a confirmation that Potter...
They love being on the field competing. It's such a privilege to be in moments like this.
Swung through, strike 3. Florida State strands Hallie Waycaser at third. That puts an end to the second here in... On the ground to Torres. And Isa makes a nice play to first. So Torres retires Erickson twice in the first 3 innings.
Ball on both sides of the field with offense and defense across the board.
That is smoked right back up the middle and through. Reagan Walsh is aboard. Second time on the base paths for Walsh, who walked on 4 pitches in the first. 1. Out in front, Danley goes to first with it to retire Otis. That will move Walsh to second.
Of players, some have come through my program, some I've gotten to work with through USA, and she's one of the best.
That's a hard hit ball to the hot corner, and Jason Beecham is no slouch over there either. She retires Kenley Cahalan.
So the Noles looking for that to be the case.
And Beecham, who bats second, grounds this to third. Cahalan retires Florida State's third baseman. So she got me. On the ground to short, Holtorf retires Kerr. How about this third inning so far? In the air to center field. Falby's got a beat on it, and the glove under it. Out number 3 here in the home half. Ahead 1-2 to Williams. That is a nasty changeup.
That next inning, and Janai Kerr with the one swing that has been the difference in this game. That's momentum if I've ever seen it.
Comia to short, Torres to first, no problem. And Holtorf once again puts somebody on base and give Falby and perhaps Shoemaker a peek. She will. Better and better at the plate has Falby, whose defensive prowess she has put on full display time and time again over the course of her career. That ball got behind Edenfield. Holtorf will make her way into scoring position.
Eyes.
On the ground, Danley secures it, makes the flip to first, and secures out number 3. The sophomore finds a way to retire Falby and to maintain a 3-run lead at home. You know, when you look at teams and you see what the lineups can do, I mentioned earlier that Florida, everybody is batting north of 300. Look at Florida State, save for Hallie Waycaser, who is slacking at 297. She came on middle stages to the later stages of last year, down on strikes there, but has really carried over a ton of momentum from 2024. 2 quick outs for Keegan Rothrock.
It's always the sneaky bats that you got to be careful of because you never know when they're going to come through in the big moments.
Swung through, strike three. Rothrock retires three.
It's been the best part. And I think, you know, as a kid growing up, you don't know that you can accomplish a lot of things until you see it.
And Taylor Shoemaker goes to the big part of the ballpark. Great piece of hitting for the freshman who was on base for the second time here today. But Erickson does work the walk. And the first two Gators are aboard here in the top half of the fifth.
Just mix it up a little bit, so good compliment to one another.
And on three pitches, she retires Reagan Walsh. What a start to this relief outing for Annabelle Widra so far. It will. But what a play by Waycaser! Florida State's defense showing out. A well-hit ball by Corbiotis, and
Corbiotis is going to hit this ball pretty well, but Hallie Waycaser with the grab at the feet, the double play to Isa Torres. That's a big play for Florida State, the momentum on their side.
First. And that's a lot of speed that Keegan Rothrock just walked onto the base paths.
Let's talk about trying to limit those free passes.
2022. Batted around 270 over those couple of years in Macon. That ball got away from Walsh. And that is a tremendous play by Florida.
You've got a great play from your first baseman and Walsh. Gonna ricochet off of her. Mia Williams getting the job done there on the ricochet, but then gonna fire across is Walsh. Isa Torres, or I'm sorry, Amaya Ross sliding in.
At third, and as we suspected, Amaya Ross is out, and so you
run the bases and push the defense to make those plays.
Torres pops up, and Walsh secures out number 3 in the bottom of the fifth. Florida State still leads it though. Walked off Florida just a few years ago. Our entire crew here with you as Kenley Cahalan pops out to Jason E. Beecham.
Gets Williams to consider.
Slow roller to Beecham, and Beecham makes a nice play to first. 15 pitches. And 16 is strike 3. One, a home run off of Elizabeth Hightower in the home half of the 7th. She will be batting here momentarily as Beecham grounds out to third. Who hits this one a ton? Kerr to right field. 2 jacks for Janai.
Janai with the big swing, gonna take this cookie and hit it deep over the right field wall. A little off-speed action there, gonna come in, and Kerr just even out front, but so much power and so much strength in that bat. I love her hands, they're super quick. Good stuff.
Edenfield to the big part of the ballpark. Out there to make the play, though, in right field is the freshman Shoemaker, who lead by 4. And Dak rifles that right back up the box. A little more added insurance here in the 6th. They already lead by 4. And this has popped up. Walsh secures out number 3.
To be a part of, just laying it all out there and seeing what we're made of.
Holtorf secured by Widra. And almost fittingly here to AP as Widra secures out number 1.
Most important one, because it is.
Falby to left center field. Kennedy Harp secures it at the track. Well hit ball by Falby, but it's out two nonetheless. Shoemaker popped up and secured. Florida State beats the second-ranked Gators 4-0. What a performance by the 10th-ranked team in the country.
Florida State looking good, but doing it in different ways. They played really solid defense. Love to see them taking care of the softball, making the routine plays. But a couple of big swings tonight were the difference. And Sean, that's a complete team that can find ways to win, whether it's the short stuff and doing, the bunt game, whether it's running the bases really well. But tonight it was the long ball, and that's not been typical for Florida State.
It's a Florida team that comes in here feeling pretty good about how